Hi, folks. This is Introduction to Counseling, and I want to talk to you about eclectic psychotherapy. Eclectic psychotherapy refers to the idea that it is possible with planning to take styles and, in particular, techniques that derive from styles other than the one you typically practice and put them together in a way that makes sense, that helps clients. Back in the early 80s and before, even then, in the 70s and 80s even, well, most people would have said they were eclectic therapists or counselors. But nowadays, it's cognitive behavioral. That's usually what you get people to say. Well, it's also known as integrative psychotherapy and counseling, multi-systems approach, comprehensive counseling approach, multimodal therapy, systematic eclectic therapy, adaptive counseling and therapy. They're all kind of names that they give this and little tweaks and twists. I want to give you the general idea. This is not just a mix and match. You don't just take one from column A and one from column B and stick them together. There have to be appropriate linkages in what you choose. Okay? This then requires that you have education, experience, and training in more than one style of counseling and in the techniques of that other style or styles. Okay? What does this give you in terms of advantages? Well, you're more flexible. You can custom tailor more effectively with clients. You have increased spontaneity. And you can change rapidly based on the needs and progress or lack thereof of a client. Okay? Now, so you will discover a primary style that you wish to use. For many people nowadays, that's going to be cognitive behavioral. That's what most programs teach in graduate school. I would tell you that I vehemently disagree that you should automatically run to that, even though that's a science-based approach, more or less, and there's a lot of data to show that it works really well. It's quick, and insurance companies pay for it. I think those are not the best reasons to choose just those, anyway, to be a cognitive behavioral therapist. I don't. But you will have a primary style that you have decided and developed, and you have to choose another style or techniques therefrom that have a complementary, matched kind of theory or theoretical base, you see. So you wouldn't want to mix, for example, psychoanalysis with behavior counseling or therapy. You wouldn't want to do that. I mean, behaviorists don't even think there's an unconscious. Okay. Now, before you decide what to veer into from your primary style, you want to have a good exploration and understanding of the client. That's number one. Number two is you got to ask yourself, why am I doing this? Is this for the client? And that's the only correct logic. It's not. It should not be because, I have a new technique I learned in the last workshop I attended. Or what's the latest thing people are doing? I want to do that. No. Those are not adequate. No. So some styles of counseling are explorative, and some are work on making changes quickly. Some are about the past, and some are about the present, more or less. Some are facilitative, some are more teaching, some are insight-oriented, some are problem-solving or behavior-oriented, some are thought-focused, some are feeling-focused, some are supportive, some are more confrontive, some are content-focused, some are more process-focused, you see. Now, it doesn't mean that those are opposites and that they can't be mixed for any rule about that, but you have to think about what you're doing before you do it. Okay, so some are very structured and others are not. Behaviorists are very structured, existentialists, not so much, hardly at all. And so the question really is, would the client benefit from gaining more structure or benefit from having less structure? That's why you have to know the client, see. Some are short-term, some are long-term. So some clients need longer work, and you can see that they will. See? Others don't need the long-term work. Someone may have a phobia, and that's relatively shorter work than someone who's recovering from sexual abuse. Okay. Techniques should never substitute for the most powerful agent of change, and that is your relationship to the client and with the client, both as a relationship and as a working alliance. Okay? Okay. So that's what I want to say about eclecticism. Thank you.